Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning or good day, depending on where you're from. Welcome back to another live stream. How's everybody doing today? How did everybody's weekend go? Very excited to get back on here with you all. Another chance, another day. We're going to continue to keep gaining conviction by showing up to the market and analyzing what occurs day in and day out. Okay, we're going to keep taking trades. We're going to keep gathering more data. We're going to keep doing more giveaways. We're going to keep showing up throughout all of 2026. So, very excited to get back on here with you all. I hope everybody had a great weekend and is ready to get back to work. Just going to take a moment to welcome everybody into the live stream, and then we'll start to get into some of the conversations. But holy cow, what a move this morning. Look at this thing. What a move this morning. A 7 a.m. move. We'll talk about that here in a second, but give me a moment to say good morning to the community and welcome everybody into the stream, and then we'll get into some of the information here. But holy moly, 600-point candle. What is this? What a move. Let's see who we have here today, and then we'll get into some of the conversations. Wow, what a Monday morning. Hey, good morning, Tris. Good morning, Jorit. Good morning, Weapon. Good morning, Dude, Where's My Stop Loss? Good morning, Heather. Good morning, AV Dream. Good morning, Legacy. How's everybody doing today? How did everybody's weekend go? Good morning, Spartan. Good morning, Andy. Good morning, Bob. Good morning, Mock. Good morning, Frequency. Good morning, Basim. Good morning, Rod. Lucky Drop, how are you doing today? R. Ferna, how are you doing today? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Maya, good morning. Hope your weekend went well. And Kish, good morning. Speed, good morning. Happy Monday. How's everybody doing so far? How did everybody's weekend go? Did everybody do anything fun this weekend? No luck, pure skill. Great to see you again. How are you doing today? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Very excited to get back on here with you all. It was a great weekend, a chance to refresh, recharge, do something good for the soul. It was the wife's 30th birthday, so we are into a new era. We're into a new decade. We are now in the dirty 30s. We went to a murder mystery dinner this weekend, which it was my first time going, and it was actually very good. So if you all haven't tried that yet, I would definitely recommend it. Good food, good show, good experience. So great chance to reset and recharge, and now we're ready to get another week of work in. Happy Monday. Adity Gamer, good morning. Maya passed another account today. Let's go. Let's go. Doing great so far. Hope you are well. I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. Very ready to get another good week of work in. Time to lock in. Time to get another full week of business, collect our data, and be objective to our results. We're looking to get 1% better than our prior selves every single day. Okay? There's no reason to compare to anybody else other than your prior self. And that's who we need to get 1% better than every single day. So I'm ready to focus up. I'm ready to get back to business. I'm ready to execute. 30s are a great time. That is actually what I've heard. I've had good reviews so far. I was out in the sun and played guitar all weekend. Nice. There's finally sun in Sweden. Yeah, to be honest, I don't know how some of you all do it. I specifically moved south so that I could be in the sun more. I can't do that cold, rainy weather. I can't do that dark weather. I need the good energy, you know? So we actually moved south so that we can get more sun. But very happy to hear it. There's finally some sun over there. Sounds like it was a great weekend. Good morning, Osho. Hope your week is starting off well. So we'll slowly start to get into some of the analysis here. I do need to update the trading desk. So we are going to go through our weekly outlooks for the assets. Now, I'm going to give you guys a head start, but you guys haven't been hitting the numbers recently. I have giveaways to give, but we got to hit the numbers. So I'll give you guys a head start. Maybe that way we could hit the number this time. But 200 likes, still the number. 200 likes. I'll make a deal with you right now. 200 likes. If the like button gets to 200, somebody here in chat is going to get a giveaway account. Okay, specifically just for this live stream. All right, so we'll see if we do it today. But the last handful of live streams, we didn't. So let's see if we could turn it around. 200 likes is the number today. Trump's fault. Yeah, we're going to talk about this in a minute here. This is definitely from Trump. We will talk about that very shortly as we go through our weekly outlooks. Without a doubt, yes, that was him. So short and simple answer. Trump news right here. That's what sent price 600 points higher. We'll go over that as we're going through our weekly outlook, which we're about to start. Good morning, Fernando. Hope your day is going well. Good morning, Sandeep. Hope your day is going well. Morty, good to see you. Captain Roy, good morning. Kool-Aid, good morning. Oh, did I? I might have just said that completely wrong. All right, so now let's start going through our biases and get ready. Alrighty, let's get through our biases. Let's make sure we update the trading desk. That way we are aware of what we're looking at for this week. Let's take a look. Okay, Only True Trader, how are you doing today? Good morning. Alrighty. All right, so starting here on Euro. On Euro, I was looking at this bearish FEG, and you can see that price clearly invalidated it. Okay? Invalidated it, meaning after we got rejected here, we got rejected once, and then we got bought up and closed a candle above it. The fact that we closed a candle above it makes me say that resistance is now being turned into support. So I'm going to look at this right here. Now that we closed the candle above it, I'm looking at this area to act as support. It did the first time, and it might the second. So this is what I'll be looking at on Euro right here. Okay. All right. So since the bearish FEG got invalidated, we closed the candle above it. We retested it. It acted as support. That's the reason why I'm looking for a move higher to the swing high. So that'll be the outlook there on Euro. Let me get a screenshot of that. Nice. All right. Euro, bullish. Because we have invalidated the bearish FEG, we then turned it into support. So for that reason, I'm going to look for higher prices to the swing high. Okay. Dollar. The dollar. All right. So you can see that invalidated FEG did not become resistance, right? So I was looking at this right here. I was looking at lower prices. When this candle closed below the bullish FEG, I then began looking for lower prices, thinking that this area would then become resistance. And it does not look like that happened. It looks like we went right through it, and it's probably from that news. So this one was wrong, but I do want to document the fact that it was wrong so that we can see we can see the before and the after. So let me just update this as well. The bias was incorrect here. Okay. So the news this morning showed that this bias was wrong. I was looking for lower prices. I was looking for this area to become resistance. It did not. The news just sent it right through it. So, got to make sure that we also know that that was wrong. Good morning, only true trader. I counted almost 850 points higher. Yeah, from NQ. You might be correct. I was kind of just eyeballing it there. I wasn't looking at the exact numbers, so you might be correct on that. Will G Trading, how are you doing today? Treated my family to an oceanic adventure. That sounds amazing. I love the water. Wow, very nice. Shout out to Kabayan. Is that the location that you did it, or? Good morning, Nico. How are you doing today? Ash, I have a question. Have you had... Hold on. Sorry for my reading issues. Have you had Unicorn and IB contradict each other and say to trade opposite from each other? I do not compare the two strategies. That's not something that I look at. That sounds like information overload, and I will not be doing that. So I don't go, for example, I don't say, oh, there's a short position for the IB, but there's a long position for the unicorn. Which one's telling the truth? I don't do that. That's not something that I look at. If it has happened, I didn't notice it because I literally don't look at that. So that's not a comparison I make. Information overload is going to keep you on the sidelines, right? If you can't ever decipher the information, then you're never going to move forward. So I try to keep it as simple as possible, right? That's just not something that I look at. And cool, good morning. Mr. DMX, good morning. Filipinos is what that word means. Okay. Very nice. Learn something new every day. Did the war end at 7:15? There was news, so let me pull it up. We haven't gotten over to NQ or ES, but let me get it ready for when we do. Let me pull it up. All right. All right, so let's finish this off real quick, and then we will talk about that. So it looks like I was looking for this move here, which it looks like it's been completed already. This is going to get a little confusing. So let me just back it up here. So we were bullish at this point in time right here, thinking that we were moving from the bullish FEG to the swing high. Okay. All right. And then we got that move here, right, when we completed it at this point in time. So with that being said, I'm going to go back to being neutral here on oil. We did get the bullish move to the swing high, so that is completed. I'm no longer looking for that anymore. Okay, so that move to the swing high has been completed. Let me screenshot that. All right, so I'm going to go back to being neutral here on oil. The target I was looking for was the swing high. That was completed. Now that that has been completed, I'm going to wait until new information develops. Okay, the one that we've been waiting to talk about, NQ and ES. What a move this morning. Wow. I mean, wow. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. All right, so very simply put, this is from Trump. Without a doubt. Okay, Trump on Iran. I have instructed the Department of War to postpone any and all military strikes against Iranian power plants and energy infrastructure for a 5-day period, subject to success of ongoing meetings. Okay, so very, very short and sweet. When there's uncertainty in the market, that causes fear. So let me just point to a couple different things to explain what I'm trying to say. Okay? Uncertainty in the market. Who remembers this? Who knows the answer to this? Uncertainty, right here. Who remembers this? All of this. It's not even just this dump. It started pretty much back here, right? So the beginning of January to about April. What was that? What was this uncertainty here in this gray box? Okay, so the market becomes fearful when there's uncertainty. Okay? The uncertainty that I'm pointing to here was, one, a new administration, right? Everybody was questioning Trump. This is when Trump stepped back into office in the beginning of January, right? The new year, Trump took administration. Everybody was very uncertain about him and his policies and how he's going to move forward on the year. And then the first thing that happens when he comes into the market is all of the tariffs, right? So everybody was astonished. Everybody was like, what are these tariffs? Why are they so high? How is it going to affect the market? What's going to happen because of these increased tariffs? Uncertainty, right? That when the market feels uncertain, then fear steps into the market and you see this. Okay? Uncertainty causes fear. Okay? So now take the other side of that coin, right? Take the other side of that coin, and that explains this. So we have been uncertain, right? We have been uncertain for quite some time here, right? We have been uncertain during the move lower because of the war, right? So we were up near all-time highs up here, right? We thought about going to all-time highs, and then we started having these war talks. The whole issue with Iran sends us lower. And now maybe we get an answer. Maybe there's some sort of light at the end of the tunnel, right? So like Trump talking about a potential ceasefire. You go from being uncertain to getting some kind of answer. It's not a confirmed answer. We got to see what meetings happen here, but you can see the reaction within the market, right? They're looking for an answer. They potentially may have gotten one. So go figure, we go running. I mean, how many points really was that? So let's take a look real quick because that was quite the move, to say the least. Where's the measurement? Here we go. Holy cow. Wow. Andy was right. That was like 800 points. Wow. All because of the message that I just read. Trump on Iran, I have instructed the Department of War to postpone. Right? That sounds like maybe we're coming to an end of this whole Iran discussion. So if that's the case, in my opinion, it kind of makes sense that it went higher. Right? You get rid of that uncertainty of war, and this is what it looks like. So, just going to read a couple more things about this, though, because, right, it does also look like, if you follow any of the news outlets, like you have Financial Juice, you have Walter Bloomberg, you have Forex Factory, you have all the different news outlets that do the news, but you also have Walter Bloomberg's pages over here saying there have been no talks, right? Iran says, calls Trump's comments psychological warfare, right? So now we're getting both sides of the comment. Trump saying maybe this is done, and then Iran saying he's not even talking to us. So we'll see where today goes. Clearly, I've said this for some time, but clearly, anytime Trump makes a decision, we need to be aware of it. We need to be aware of it because stuff like this happens. Okay, so we need to be aware of it. Just the difference between uncertainty and certainty is the conversation that I was trying to point out there. The market likes to know the answer, and that's why we got the pump versus the fear over here where we didn't have answers, right? The tariff questions. So, what a move this morning. What a move. Where can we find this information on Trump? If you want to just go to like Walter Bloomberg's Twitter page, he covers all the news there. Hey, good morning, Anwar. Good morning, The Punisher. How are you guys doing today? Where can we find this information on Trump? Yeah, check out Walter Bloomberg's pages. Previous day low and previous day high taken. Yep. And pretty much a 1,000-point move already occurred. So, looking like this might be a slow morning. If that was the move for the day, right? Because we went from previous day low to previous day high, right? We've cleared the entire range in one move from previous day low to previous day high, right? Like if there was a bullish target to aim for, it would be previous day high. So we did that on both NQ and ES. So I still need to update the trading desk, so let me get through NQ and ES. The Trump conversation caught me off guard there, so give me a second here. So now the thing that I'm going to look at on ES here is this gap. Okay. Are we going to get rejected from this gap, yes or no? That's the question that I'm going to be asking myself for ES to understand ES's next move. Okay. Is this what happens? Do we stay below the bearish FEG, making it look like a rejection? Or do we claim the bearish FEG, right? Do we close a candle above it, then try to turn it into support for higher prices? What type of price action occurs here at the daily bearish FEG? This is what I'm asking myself. All right, so let's leave that right there. Take a screenshot of that. What do you guys think? Type a 1 into chat if you're bullish for the day, and type a 2 into chat if you're bearish for the day. You guys think we're going to keep moving higher, or Or you guys think it's over for us? Was the news a fake out? Was the news a fake out? All right, let's see. Do we get rejected by the daily bearish FEG? Question mark. Or do we invalidate the bearish FEG? And so the thing is NQ doesn't even have the bearish FEG on the daily there to work with. So I'm going to be watching ES here. Going to be watching ES here because of it. Right, if you hop over here on NQ, there is no... is that a gap? It's like, oh, okay, that's the tiniest gap I've ever seen. But, so there is a gap there. Tiniest gap I've ever seen. How many handles is that? 25, 25, 28, 25, 50? Jeez. Just barely a gap there. Oh, damn. Can that be a way to manipulate the markets? It might be. We're about to find out. Honestly, it could be. Like, imagine Barron was just loading up on shorts. Imagine Barron waking up this morning. He goes downstairs. He starts making some coffee and he looks over and he sees Trump. He goes, "Dad, I've been flat for 3 weeks. All this chop is getting really boring. I need some kind of position. I'm looking to make a move to close out March. It's been a really slow March, and you know, what can we set up here? What do you think? What kind of play can we make?" Trump goes, "Let's fake him out with some war talk. Get ready to full port some shorts right above previous day high and inside the bearish gap." Trump says, "I'll send it higher. I'll send it higher off the news so you can load the shorts. Take it from the gap and send it back to the news candle low. Give me 1,000 points, Dad." And now Barron's in a full port short. Barron's in a full port short. Starter position here when we first tapped into the bearish FEG. Added to the position here on the second tap of the bearish FEG. And now he said, "I'm aiming for the flat candle body." And Barron's in a full port short now because of it. Coffee's not even done yet. And he's already what? Coffee's not even done yet, and he's already in a full port short that is what? Up 300 points? Oh, not even close. 50. But he's in the green. All right, so here's Barron's position right here. He's looking for about 185 points from the bearish FEG. Hopefully that can be done before the coffee's even finished. What do you say, chat? Is that the play? Is that what happened this morning? Is it just manipulation to get a full port short in? Trump is competing with Pelosi. He He could never compete with Pelosi. Best trader I've ever seen in my lifetime, Nancy Pelosi. Trump could not keep up with Nancy. That is a fact. Oh, okay. Majority bears here in chat. Majority of people saying 2. Everybody wants lower prices. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Trump loves markets, but does everything to bring them down. Well, maybe today, but, you know, Trump stepped into office here. Let's take a look. January. What I don't know what the actual Oval when he actually takes Oval Office, but it's, you know, in the beginning of the year. I don't know what the actual date is, but here's January. Oh my God, he's just setting up the buying opportunity. Look, manipulation below. Manipulation below. The time he steps into Oval Office, right? Steps into Oval Office here. Manipulation below the opening price. We displaced through the breaker. And now we're retesting the breaker. This is a classic buy day profile. This is a classic Trump office buy situation. We manipulate below the opening Oval Office. We displace through the breaker block. We retest the area that he entered Oval Office in to send us to new all-time highs. Tell me that's not a buy template. First quarter of the year, he sets up the manipulation and the buying opportunity for more all-time highs throughout the year. So is he sending it lower or is he sending it higher? Throwing the question back on you. Does he love lower prices or does he love higher prices? You should show us your typing speed test live sometime because we hear music when he types. How do we do that? That kind of sounds fun. That's hilarious. That's actually so hilarious because there's like a faint memory of me when I was like 5 years old being like, hey, Mom, look how fast I can type. And then she was like, all right, it's past your bedtime. Go to sleep. Where do we do speed tests here? We got to do the speed test. And what's the other one? I was seeing for giveaways, chat. What was it? It was like a dog race or something. Is that a giveaway? Do you guys know if that's a way to run giveaways? Is doing it? I saw like a dog. What was that? A dog race. I could have swore they were dogs. I don't know what they were, but they were like little animated things running towards a finish line. I think at times like this, when we have big moves, we need to look at geopolitical fundamentals, not the technicals. 110% agree. I 100% agree, Max. A lot of people fall into the technicals because they're not educated on the economy. They're not educated on politics. They're not educated on these different world events. I'll be the first one to say it. I am too, right? I'm not a war expert. I'm not a political expert. I'm not a fundamental expert, without a doubt. So Yes, I talk more technicals here, but yes, I absolutely agree with what you're saying. Price moves for certain reasons, and sometimes it's these geopolitical events. And you saw it here this morning. So I'm not going to sit here and act like I know that information. So I'm going to have to defer to somebody else for that geopolitical conversation. But you are correct. I do agree with that. For political capital, he wants markets higher. I think everybody wants markets higher, whether their reasons change or not. A lot of our, 401ks are baked into this. A lot of our long-term vision for the majority of society is baked into this. On top of just, population increasing, we're going to need a larger financial system if the population continues to keep growing, right? So has the population increasing, has that rate changed yet? Like, are we still exponentially increasing in terms of population? Because if we are, then we're going to need more resources. We're going to need a larger economy. So duck race is what it's called. First of all, those are ducks. I could have swore those were dogs. All right, I need to get an eye check, I guess. I could have swore those were dogs, but okay. Is that free? Can we run one of those or what? Ash, will you consider today a sit-out day? I am going to look at the initial bounce here at New York Open. So we will see if we can grab a position during New York Open. Wouldn't be surprised if we take out the low of the day. Man, that would be such a crazy move. 1,000 points higher here on NQ, and then we go 1,000 points lower. What a day. What a day that would be. Oh, they do have dogs too. Okay, see, I didn't think I was going crazy. There are dog races along with duck races. So we can do both of them. And I think we should. Same for us in the UK. Large parts of our pension are invested into US stocks, so we all want higher markets. Everybody does. Everybody wants higher markets. They sell you the American dream. Well, you're from the UK, so everybody tells you that, go to school, get a job, make it to retirement, buy a house, have a family. Like all of the American dream all revolves around higher prices, right? Like if you're going to go buy a house to have a family, then you're hoping that the housing market will go higher. So, the longevity of your family is in good hands. Same exact thing with your pension or your retirement funds. They tell you to work 20 years, 25 years to make it to that pension. Well, over that 25 years, hopefully those markets go higher, so your pension goes higher, right? So it's baked into pretty much all aspects of life. And with the population increasing, we need that. We need that. In Sweden, you're making new lows. Wow. For baby making. The rate is definitely slowing in Sweden then, that's for sure. What about the US? Or what about the world is what it really comes down to. Not even just a country, it's the world that we need to know about. Typing test can be on test Google Live typing speed, then you should see a bunch of free tests. All right, I'll pick one for the next live stream. I don't want something popping up on the live stream right now that's not supposed to be there, right? Because I've never done that before, so I don't want any scam links for me, trying to find a typing test. We will definitely get a typing test in, though. Good morning, Ash. Hey, what's up, the info doctor? Happy Monday. How's your day going? Very good to see you. Also, very excited to get another day of work in, another week of work in. We've gone through our assets. We've taken a look at some biases for the day. We also talked about this move that happened here this morning with the war comment from Trump. And we're currently waiting to see if New York Open provides any opportunities this morning. So, once again, I'll make another comment. I made a deal with everybody in the beginning of the live stream that if the like button hits 200, somebody here in chat will go home with some giveaway accounts. So I do have some giveaways to complete if the deal gets completed. So smash the like button. Let's see if we get a giveaway going here on the live stream. That's got to be at 200 for the giveaway to occur. Simo, good morning. How are you doing today? Baron just passed 20 Apex accounts on that move. No doubt about it. We spoke about Baron needing a full port position. He did the one shot, one kill on the Trump news, and now he's fully funded. He's max funded at Apex. W Baron. The market doesn't reflect the state of the economy. Smoke and mirrors. I definitely agree with that. Without a doubt. Those things are already baked into price. Good morning, Alan. Good morning, XYZ. Good morning, Funky Town. What are you looking for as per initial balance at New York Open? Okay, let's take a look. So the initial balance, or you'll see everybody write IB, either way. The first 1 hour of the session, that's what the initial balance is. Okay? We are measuring the highest high and the lowest low of that time frame. Okay, so from 9:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. Okay, I'm going to mess up this speed test because I can't type, I guess. 9:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We find the highest high and the lowest low. That's what we measure. That is what the initial balance is. If the low is set first, we look for longs from 50% of the range, targeting the range high. Stop loss is at range low. Okay? Same exact thing, but vice versa for shorts, right? If the high is set first, we look for shorts from 50% of the range, and we target the range low. Stop loss is the range high. Okay? This is the entire initial balance strategy. There's nothing more to it. Don't make it any more complicated. Simplicity is the key here. So this is the entire strategy right here for the initial balance. Now, a couple things to note. All right? Couple things to note. The other initial balances, right? So I said the first 1 hour of the session. You also have Globex session, Asia session, London session, New York session. Okay, so you can use this same exact strategy during the other sessions. Globex, 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Asia, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. London, 3 a.m. to 4 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. New York, 9:30 to 10:30 Eastern Standard Time. So it does not matter which session you participate in, the model remains the same. You can use it in other sessions. You can use it with forex. You can use it with gold or silver. It works for different assets. It works for different sessions. All right? Now, let's take a look at that. All right, so let's show that on a chart now. Let's take a look. Give me a second here. Since we don't have New York Open yet today, we'll go to last New York Open. Ready? Okay. Now take everything that I just said, and now let's put that onto a chart. All right. 9:30. Here's the high of 9:30 to 10:30. All right. I'm looking for the highest high and the lowest low of the range between 9:30 to 10:30. So notice how I am not pointing to this one. Or hold on, let me make sure. All right, 9:30. It opens right here. Let's get the exact open of 9:30. Let's make sure that we are very clear here. 9:30, right? So I'm not pointing to this swing high here because that is before 9:30. I'm looking for the highest high and the lowest low between 9:30 a.m. and 10:30 a.m. Right? So this is the highest high between 9:30 a.m. and 10:30 a.m. So let's get over to 10:30 as well. 10:15. 10:20. All right, here it comes. All right. Now we can specifically point to the high and the low of 9:30 to 10:30. This is your initial balance. Right? So then we take a measurement tool, and now we can also see what 50% of that range is. All right, so now okay, so now you can see what this looks like on a chart. All right, we made the high first, right? When I say first, I'm referring to time, right? The time range of 9:30 to 10:30, you can see that the high was set first and the low was set second. Right? Here's the low at 10:10. Here's the high at 9:30. This is what your initial balance would look like for Friday session. We would enter a short, right? So we would go like this. This is, hold on, let me just make sure this is in replay mode. Okay, we should be in replay mode here. So this is what the short would look like. And look at that. It goes to TP first. So the short would be from 50% of the range. Let's see if it ever tests 50% of the range. Just barely misses it. Wow. The short would be from 50% of the range, and the target would be the low of the range. In this example, it just barely missed the short entry, right, at 50% of the range. But this is a good example of identifying the initial balance, understanding where stop loss, entry, and take profit are. This one got front ran, and then it went to take profit. But beautiful, beautiful example. That's what the initial balance is. All right, so let's get back over to real price, and that's what we'll be looking for this morning. So for any of the new people that have just joined, once again, I made a deal with chat. If we get the like button to 200 likes, I'm going to do a giveaway here in the live stream for somebody that's in chat to go home with a giveaway account. All right, so hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, turn the notifications on. We're going to continue to keep doing live trading here on YouTube. We're going to continue to keep doing giveaways. We're going to continue to keep providing analysis and going over any questions and answers. So feel free to show up, ask any questions, go over any information. We're going to continue to keep doing this throughout all of 2026. So let's take a look. If Eliza Man is asking for all of the different sessions, Eliza, if you're in the Discord, take a look at the general chat. All right, take a look at the general chat. I just put all of the different Globex sessions in the general chat of the Discord. All right, Globex, 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Asia, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. London, 3 a.m. to 4 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And New York, 9:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. If you need a screenshot of that, take a look at the general chat of the Discord. Alrighty. Good morning, Jose. Good morning, Funky Town. Good morning. Oh, maybe I read some of these already. Alan and XYZ. How are you guys doing today? Drykes, good morning. Sizing for this, you got to be using micros, right? Did you see how large that range was? Let me just go back to this real quick. Just use one micro, right? If you're on a 50K account, just use one micro. Let's go back to this real quick. Where is it? Right here. Look at the size of this range. Okay, so this was Friday's initial balance once again. And the short would look like this from 50% of the range to range high and range low. You're looking at 125 points, right? So now you can understand why I said one micro, right? One micro would be $250 of risk, right? So on a 50K account size, when you have 2K worth of drawdown, $250 of risk makes sense, right? Because then you'd have to lose like 8 or 9 in a row to actually fail the account. Okay, so, right, you'd have to lose like 8 in a row to fail the account, or 7 or 8, something like that. Position size accordingly for these. The ranges are much larger, right? This isn't a 5-point stop. Okay, this is 125 point. So get off of NQ, go to MNQ, and use micros for it. Okay. Hey, good morning, Umar. Hope your day is going well. You don't trade the unicorn model anymore? Yes, I do. I've had multiple unicorn model trades this year. Just take a look at my feeds, whether that's in Discord, whether that's on Instagram, Twitter, any of the feeds, you'll be able to see it there. Many different unicorn trades throughout the year. How are you doing today, Drykes? Hope your day is going well. Hopefully you had a nice weekend. Great to see you again. You said if target gets hit before going to entry, then it's invalid setup, right? That is correct. That's why there was no entry here, right? So let's look at this again. Ready? We would be entering from here. Take profit would be here. Okay, so notice how we go to the target before we ever get an entry. That would be an example of no trade to take, right? If the TP was hit before you get an entry, then I would no longer look to enter. The job's already been completed. Right? You can see that we go to target first before going to entry. So I would no longer consider taking a position there. ES provided the entry on Friday. All right, let's take a look at ES real quick. Friday, 10:15. Nope, I'm blind. This is Wednesday. Why are my eyes deceiving me? Hello? That was Wednesday? Hello? What is wrong with my eyes? Friday. Here we go. Now we're talking. Okay, here we go. Friday. ES. 10 o'clock. All right, so let's take a look at the initial bounce here. 9:30. All right, so from the highest high to the lowest low of 9:30 to 10:30, right? 50% of that would be here. Okay. Just barely missed the 50%, whatever. There we go. Okay. Give me a second. All right. Here's an example. No, see, IB was completed here on ES as well. So this is another example of a no trade, right? It went to the target here before ever going to 50% here. So this would actually be another example of a no trade. So what a pump today in pre-market. Yeah, Mikey, that was crazy. We had Trump talking about the Iran situation, and that's what caused this right here. What a move, to say the least. Good morning, Ash. Good morning, Octavian. How's your day going? Happy Monday. Hope you're ready to get another week of work in. On a bearish daily bias, should I trade bullish unicorns on the 1-minute chart? Absolutely not. I mean, you answered your own question there. If you're bearish, why aren't you looking for shorts? Why would you be looking for longs if you're bearish? Wow, this is absolutely comedy. Hold on, I have to get a screenshot of something real quick. That's hilarious. Alrighty. Every weekend is great, thanks. Hoping you had a great weekend as well. Yeah, very happy with this past weekend. Me and my wife went to a murder mystery dinner for her 30th birthday. She has joined the Dirty 30s. Hey, good morning, Donald. Hope you had a nice weekend. Good morning, Taryn. Hey, Ash, what data do you use for real-time price for indices on TradingView? Here, let me pull that up. Let's take a look. All right, so we have All right, we have the essential plan. Okay, I have the essential plan. That's the type of trading view plan that I have. I'm on the annual for that. And then I also have real-time market data for CME Group. Those are the two different subscriptions that I have on TradingView. That gets me the live price action for NQ and ES. So the essential plan, that's the type of plan that I have for TradingView. And then CME Group is the real-time market data that I have to have real-time data for NQ and ES. Is IB good for beginners? I would say yes. It's a very simple strategy. Okay. There's really no decisions to make there. It's very mechanical. You don't need to know bias. You don't need to know SMT. You don't need to know all these different concepts to actually get in and out of a trade. So it's very simple, very mechanical, very little amount of decisions to make, and that's why it is good for beginners. Hey, good morning, son of Wall Street. How are you doing today? How's your day going so far? Welcome back to another week in the markets. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to see what today brings. Hopefully, we can find ourselves a position here. We're going to be waiting for New York Open, and then we're going to look for the initial balance. That's what we're looking to get in or out of a trade today. That's what we'll be analyzing. So, currently just waiting. We got about 25 more minutes before New York Open. So if you have any questions, if you have any information, feel free to throw it in chat and we can go over it as we're waiting for New York Open. Doesn't matter how beginner, intermediate, or advanced it is, gladly willing to help with any portion of this process. We can go through some of the analysis again. Okay, we had this for Euro. Okay, due to the bearish FEG getting invalidated, price closed a candle above it. We then looked at the bearish FEG. It was resistance. Since the candle closed above it, we then looked at it as support. Right, so now we're getting supported by it. Right, when resistance is broken, we then look at it as support, and for that reason, we're now looking for higher prices on Euro because of it. The dollar, let's hop over here. The dollar, same exact information, just vice versa. Right, the dollar is inversely correlated to Euro. The dollar went and closed a candle below the FEG. So what was support then got flipped into resistance, and that's why we're looking for lower prices to this target here. Okay. Oil, I'm neutral on. That's why there's no analysis here. ES. This is my question for ES. Right here. Do we get rejected by this bearish FEG? Yes or no? The answer to that is what is going to determine my opinion on what the next move is going to be. Okay? All right. So let's see what happens here. Matt, for the Euro analysis, there's another bearish FEG. Let's take a look. Yeah, so you got that one there too, which also looks like it's potentially going to be invalidated, right? The candles have already gone above it twice. Once here, once here. If we go above this level today, right? If we go above this level today, then it looks like we'll be able to make it to the target. So, if anything, that would give me another confirmation to the higher prices, right? Seeing price go right through that gap right here. And it looks like it's not having any issues so far going through it. So, there's no reason to why I wasn't considering it, right? We can read it like a book, right? And reading it like a book says it looks like it's almost gotten invalidated once. It's almost gotten invalidated twice. If we go above it again and get a candle closure above it, then it's definitely invalidated. And either way, we're still looking for the swing high to be the target. That's how I'm looking at that. Okay, all right. All right, what do we got here? 110, we're getting close. Chat, we're going to do a giveaway if the like button gets to 200. If the like button gets to 200, we're going to do a giveaway. All right? Getting close. Good morning, Rocky Mountain Trader. How are you doing today? Happy Monday. Hopefully you had a nice weekend. Hopefully you are ready to get back to work. We got ourselves another Monday here. So, a new week, new opportunity to gain more conviction in our business. Let's have ourselves another good week. Let's focus up. Let's complete our business to the best of our abilities. Let's give it the undivided attention it deserves. Let's have ourselves a good week. Hopefully you had a nice weekend, and hopefully you have a great week. All right, so we got, what do we got? Another 18 minutes before New York Open. Do you use Tradeovate for copy trading or another software? Yes, I do use Tradeovate. There's a free group trade on Tradeovate. Now, the only difference there is you cannot trade multiple props within one group trade. So on Tradeovate, if you're using Tradeovate's group trade, right, your My Fund of Futures accounts, only your My Fund of Futures accounts can be copy traded together, right? If you get Lucid accounts, only your Lucid accounts can be copy traded together. You can't copy trade them all together, right? So 5 from My Fund of Futures, 5 from Lucid. They will have to remain separate. You cannot do 10 all at the same time. That's only for Tradeovate, okay? That's only for Tradeovate. Okay? That is only for trade of 8. Can you explain how to use trade of 8 group trade? Yep, so log into trade of 8. Okay, once you're logged into trade of 8 on whatever prop firm that you're trying to group trade, go to the top right of the dashboard. It looks like 3 lines. It looks like you're clicking on a menu, right? So it looks like 3 lines. Click on the menu. That'll bring you into your settings. Okay? In your settings, make sure the free group trade option is turned on, right? It's enabled. Okay? If that setting is enabled, then go back to where you trade. On the top portion of the dashboard, where it shows your account number for the account that you're trading, click on that drop down. On that drop down, you'll see where it says manage groups. That's where you can create a group, right? Create a group, put all of the accounts that you want to copy trade into that group. Once the group is created, go back to the normal trading dashboard again. Make sure that in the account that's showing at the top of the dashboard is the leader account of the copy trading group. Okay, then you'll be copy trading. Then you're hooked up to a copy trader, and when you're hooked up to a copy trader, you will then have to place the amount of orders, then you'll have to place the amount of contracts in the order for all of the accounts, right? If you're copy trading 5 accounts, you do not submit an order for 1 contract of MNQ. You'll have to submit an order for 5. So each account gets 1. Okay? We can hop on the Trade of 8 platform during our next live stream to do a visual response to that question as well, but that was a quick, short explanation of getting copy trading up and running. Okay? Ash, do you consider SMT at 50% of IB a strat? The reason why I use IB is for how simple it is. I will not be adding anything to it. Okay, so trying to add things to it takes away from the reason to why I'm even looking at it. The simplicity. I do not want to have any more decisions to make. I want it to be as mechanical as possible. The moment that I start adding decisions to the process, that's going to cause confusion. I'd rather it just be mechanical. You can do whatever you want. I'm just referring to what I'm doing. I'm specifically doing that for the simplicity. I don't want to have 90 decisions to make. I just want to find the high and the low and place an order. And that's it. Right? If the low is set first, I look for longs. If the high is set first, I look for shorts. And I know to be entering around 50% of the range. I don't want to think about anything else. Is there a giveaway? There will be a giveaway if the like button hits 200. We're almost there. We're almost there. It looks like we're at 140 right now. So we're past halfway, almost into the last quarter. There will be if the like button hits 200. Have you ever tried TP use? Oh, have you ever tried to use PineScript to backtest a certain concept? No, I'm not very technologically inclined, so I have no clue how to use PineScript. So if you know how to use PineScript, please do share that information with us. What is my ES expectation for today? My expectation is to wait for the initial balance to be created. Once the initial balance is created, then I'll know if I'm looking at longs or shorts. That'll be around 10 to 10:30. So we still have another hour until I consider any positions. But I will be waiting at New York Open. New York opens in about 10 minutes. I will be waiting for the initial balance at that point in time. The initial balance will show me whether I'll be taking a long or a short today. That is how I'm approaching ES today. I used Claude to give me the correct script, and all I did is paste it into PineScript. Very nice job. What'd you test there? Did you test that with IB, or what was the thing that you tested with that script? That's awesome. When you say high or low is set first in your example this morning, the high was actually set first, and you then set up a short. Yes, that is correct. If the high is set first, we know to look for shorts. If the low is set first, we know to look for longs. Right, let's go to Friday's example. Here's Friday. Here's 10:30. Oh, ready? Once again, the initial balance right here. The range of 9:30 to 10:30, right? So all we're doing is looking at 9:30 to 10:30. Okay? This is the only information that we're looking at between 9:30 to 10:30. Okay? In that information, which one was created first in terms of time, right? The high was created first, right here. Right? This was created first because it's 9:30 a.m. when it formed, whereas the low of this range was created at 10:10. So 9:30 happened first, 10:10 happened second. So now I know to look for shorts. If the high is set first, I look for shorts. If the low is set first, I look for longs. Very simple stuff. We look at the range between 9:30 to 10:30. When we look at that range, we're looking at the highest high and the lowest low. If the high is set first, we look for shorts. If the low is set first, we look for longs. Very, very simple. Do you use the hourly initial balance? Yep, it's shown right here. Once again, 9:30 to 10:30. That is 1 hour. 9:30 to 10:30. That is 1 full hour. That is what the initial balance is. 30 minutes is not the initial balance. That is incorrect. Guys, I don't know what I'm missing here. Can you break down IB? I just broke down IB. I just went over the entire strategy. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something, but I did just break it down. What about the unicorn? Nothing about it. Once again, I will be waiting for the IB to be created, and then I will look for a position. That's it. So we got another 6 minutes before New York opens. When New York opens, I will be patient and I will wait for the initial balance to be created. When it gets created, I will then look for a position. What's your expectations on New York for the unicorn? I really truthfully don't know how to be any more clear in my statements. I'm not looking at the unicorn today. I'm looking for the initial balance. I'm going to wait for the initial balance to be created, and then I'm going to look for a position. So there was no unicorn. I'm not looking for a unicorn. I'm looking for the initial balance. So we got another 5 minutes before New York opens, and then we are going to look for a position. We're getting closer to the giveaway as well. Once again, at 200 likes, we're going to do a giveaway for somebody that is here in chat. So if you want a chance at winning that giveaway, smash that like button. Taking you all on the elevator with me this morning. If you haven't gotten a sit-stand desk yet, I highly suggest you do so. Best investment I've ever made. Good morning, Rush. Hope your day is going well. Hope you had a nice weekend. Hopefully you're ready for another week of work. What are we getting here today, chat? What are we getting here today? How are you always so excited? Why aren't you excited? We have another new day. I'm grateful to be here. I'm appreciative of another day. Any day that I get to open my eyes and get some fresh air in my lungs, I'm ready to go. I'm grateful for it, to get another chance, another opportunity. Wake up and smell the fresh air. Recognize how great it is to be here. We get another chance. We were fortunate enough to wake up for another day. Let's take advantage of it. Let's take advantage of it. Another day, another week, another opportunity. Let's go. 2 more minutes before New York opens. Ash, the merch from Lucid looked amazing. That was crazy. That was quite the surprise. It kind of felt like Christmas morning. That was very, very nice. Couple different Carhartts, couple different T-shirts. They told me that something else might be on the way too. So I'm gonna. The second package hasn't arrived, but apparently there's more. But wait, there's more. Who knows what that's from? Who knows what that's from? Or did I just date myself? Did I just give away what era I'm from? All right, 1 more minute before New York opens. Throw a prediction in the chat real quick. Type a 1 if you think the Bulls are going to continue. Type a 2 if you think the Bears are about to step in. What do you think? Are the Bulls stepping in today, or are the Bears going to take New York Open? We have 45 seconds. What do you guys think? Billy Mays, that's right. See, I know what era you're from now. If you know what that's from, then we got some more unks in chat. Got some more unks in chat. Pretty 50-50 so far. Half of the people are saying bearish, half of the people are saying bullish. You got 10 more seconds. Who's going to be correct? Here we go. Here we go. Do the Bulls take it or do the Bears take it? Let's see what we get here for New York Open. Starting to slip. We'll see. Bulls going to take it or the Bears going to take it? Can you explain IB on a live chat? Yeah, just rewind this video. We did an entire breakdown of the initial balance. So go back to 8:30 a.m. You'll hear the entire strategy there. Or you can wait for the initial balance to be created this morning. I'm currently going to look for the initial balance for New York Open. So now that New York has opened, we are going to analyze whether the low or the high gets set first while measuring the range to understand the initial balance in real time. So we are going to look at it for New York Open this morning as well. New York has just opened, so we have nothing but time. We're going to wait to see what the initial balance gets created today for our position, and then we'll take a position. Slow open so far. Probably because we had about an 800-point candle at 7 a.m. in the morning. Chat, we're so close too. We're so close. 173 likes. There's no way we don't hit 200, right? How do you decide whether you trade the IB or the unicorn? There is nothing that makes that decision. There is no comparison. There's no technical analysis. There's no nothing. It is a simple decision to make. This morning, I said I was going to trade initial balance. That's it. Just a personal decision. Nothing to do with technical analysis. Nothing to do with risk management. Nothing to do with strategy. It is just a decision to make. Right? I'll be trading the initial balance this morning when it forms. So there's nothing technical about it. It's just a personal preference. How did the IB do in London? Let's take a look. Are you in a trade, Ash? Chat, am I in a trade? Yes or no? Chat, am I currently in a trade? Yes or no? What do you think? What do you all think? Thank you, chat. Thank you. Pretty simple stuff, guys. you know, I guess I'll probably have to repeat myself a million times. But look, I'm in the account right here, right? You can see when I'm signed into the account anytime, right? I am signed into the account because there will be a green light right here. It'll say Tradeovate, right? So if I'm ever not signed into the account, then you will not see this green light. You will not see Tradeovate. All right. So if I'm not in the account, then you automatically know that there's no trade. Just like how if there's no trade on the screen, there is no trade, right? So like here, let me give you an example real quick. This is not my trade for the day. I'm just giving you an example. Okay, ready? Let's take a look. This is just an example. This is not the actual trade that I'm taking today. Ready? All right. Now, chat, am I in a trade? Chat, am I currently in a trade? What do you think? Right now, am I in a trade? Yes. Yes. See the difference, right? We're in a trade. You can see the line. You can see the P&L. You can see the amount of contracts that I have, right? So anytime I'm in a trade, you see it right there on the screen. Anytime I'm not in a trade, right? So let's go like this. Ready? Now we are not in a trade. Right? So simple stuff. All right? All right. Sorry for the little detour. How did IB do at London? Let's take a look. How did IB do at London? London is over here. Let me zoom in. Let's take a look. London IB is 3 a.m. to 4 a.m. So 3 a.m. 3 a.m. to 4 a.m. This got cooked, chat. This got absolutely cooked, right? The high was set at 3 a.m. The low was set at 3:15. So this would be a short. The short would look like this. Let's see what happens. Cooked. Absolutely cooked. So NQ, London IB got cooked. Yes, chat, I understand there was a daylight savings thing. Your charts, in my opinion, should always be on New York. Right? We deal with New York Open. I understand if you're like in different countries, but in my opinion, your charts should be set to New York time, no matter what country you're in, because we deal with New York Open, right? So I understand the whole daylight savings thing, but the only thing that you need to do is just put your chart on New York, and then there's really no question to make there, right? Because then 3 a.m. is always going to be 3 a.m. on the chart, at least. You get what I'm saying? Okay. All right. So just put your charts on New York time. Put your charts on New York time. All right. The London IB. Okay? Yes, I understand the whole daylight savings thing, right? But I'm in the US and I'm on the East Coast. So if you were to just put your charts on New York time, you'd be able to see that 9:30 open just occurred. It is currently 9:39 in the US on the East Coast. W, chat, we made it. We made it today, chat. You all have hit the bounty. W, chat. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, chat. You guys are starting the week off with a W. Well, a deal is a deal, so let's get it set up. A deal's a deal. Let's get it set up. Let's go. Chat, if you want to help out your friend, if you want to help out your community, go share the link to the live stream in your community right now. We're setting up a giveaway. So if you want to be friendly, if you want to help out your community and give them a chance to also win the giveaway, we're about to run it right now. We just hit 200 likes, so a deal's a deal. Go share the live stream link with your communities. Give them a chance to win the giveaway as well. Help a friend out. Help a family member out. We're about to run this any second now. All right. All right. Let's get it going. Let's get it going, chat. Let's get it going. All right. Listen, chat. All you need to do, okay? All you need to do is not spam the chat, okay? Don't worry about the caps. It doesn't matter if it's cap locked or not. It does not matter. All right? All you need to do is type the word lucid into chat. If you type the word lucid, or the name, I should say the name. If you type the name lucid into chat, you're going to be entered into a giveaway. And somebody from this chat is going to win a giveaway account. We're going to do 3 50K Lucid Flex accounts. Let's go, chat. Let's freaking go. Happy Monday. We're making deals to start the week. You guys did it once again. You crushed the like button. We're over 200. Let's go. All right. 3 people from chat are going to get a 50K Lucid Flex account. All you have to do is type the word Lucid into chat one time. I'm going to give you guys some time to do that. I'll give you all a chance to type it into chat. We'll give it a few minutes and then we'll draw some winners. Now listen. Listen, please. The winners are going to have to take a screenshot of their YouTube username and bring it over to my Discord. Okay? That is how you claim the giveaway. Okay? So once we draw the winners, when we get those winners, I need the winners to bring a screenshot of your YouTube username to my Discord, present it in the giveaway section of the Discord so I can confirm that it's you that won the giveaway. Then I will send you the code for the giveaway account. All right? So we'll give it a few more minutes. Type the word Lucid in the chat if you want to be entered into the giveaway. We're giving away 3 50K Lucid Flex accounts to 3 people that are here in chat currently. All right? While you're at it, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, turn the notifications on. We're going to continue to keep going live throughout all of 2026. Going over trades, taking trades, doing giveaways. We're going to do collaborations with other people that you want to see on the stream. We're going to be answering questions, providing information day in and day out throughout all of 2026. If any of that helps you, then let's keep showing up. You'll get a chance at some giveaways. You'll get to watch some trades, get to ask some questions. If any of that helps you, let's get to work. Let's get after it, chat. Let's get after it. All right. Let's pick one of those giveaway winners. Let's pick one of those giveaway winners. Let's see what we get here, chat. We're going to be rolling one of those winners. Let's see. Sudip Sharma. Let's go. Sudip is the first winner. Sorry if I'm saying your name wrong, but that is the first winner. W. Sharma. And Sharma's here in chat. Let's go. Congratulations. Go to the Discord. Take a screenshot of your YouTube username. Bring that over to the Discord. Put that in the giveaway section of the Discord. We'll get you that giveaway account. W. Sharma. W. Sharma. First giveaway winner. Still got two more winners, though. So, second winner, Darkus. Darkus. Z8. C. Darkus, are you here? Yes, Darkus is here. Let's go. 2 for 2 this morning. Let's go. 2 for 2 on giveaways. 0 for 1 on showing whether I'm in a trade or not. Let's go. One more winner. We got one more here. And we have Mary McManus. Third winner. Third winner. Mary, let us know if you're in chat so that we can get you that giveaway account. Mary McManus. Last winner of the giveaway. Let us know if you're here, Mary. W, 3 for 3. Let's go. Mary's here as well. Let's go. Congratulations. Congratulations to the giveaway winners. Very excited to get back on here, get another day of work in, get another giveaway completed. We're going to continue to keep trying to get as many people opportunities as possible. We're going to continue to keep doing giveaways, whether it's here on the live stream, on Twitter, Instagram. I'm going to try to get as many accounts as possible for the entire community. Plain and simple. I want to help as many people get an opportunity as I can. So we're going to keep running these, whether it's on the live stream, the Instagram, the Twitter, the whole 9. Congratulations to the winners. That was not the first, and it will not be the last. Congratulations. So just take a screenshot of your YouTube username. Put that into the giveaway section of the Discord. Okay, I'll get those accounts over to you. And follow along with the socials or the live streams because we're going to run those again. We've been doing it almost every week, almost every live stream. So 2026 is on fire. And we're going to keep it that way. Congratulations, chat. All right, New York Open. So far, we've done a whole lot of nothing. Slow open. Okay, here's the open here. Just a couple points above the opening price. I don't really think the Bulls or the Bears won. I think we've gone sideways so far, and we're just waiting to see if we finally get a move. Now, for all you IB lovers, so far the low has been set first. Right? The low is at 930. The high is currently at 945. We have a lot more time. We have a lot more time before the IB closes. So have some patience. Just wait. Let's keep measuring and get prepared. Okay. Darkest, Sharma, let's go. I see both those messages. Let's go. All right, here you are, Darkest. Check your messages, Darkest. I just got that over. Sharma. Sharma. W. Check your messages. We got Darkest and Sharma completed. Let's go. Congratulations. Congratulations on winning the giveaway. W. W Darkest. W Sharma. All right. I fully expect you guys to pass that eval and show up in a week or so from now with a payout from those giveaway accounts. Imagine the ROI that you would get on getting a payout from a free account. Take the opportunity. Use the most of it. I want to see you guys hitting payouts with those. Let's go. What's happening on NQ today? Well, we were going lower for the overnight session. We had gap down aggressively. Look at this gap too. Aggressive gap down here. Let's take a look. 246 point gap down. Okay. We then bled lower. We kept going lower until we had a 800 point candle higher. What a day. I mean, what a day so far. 250 points lower into 800 points higher, 900 points higher. Insane. Insane. Now, that was from some war talk, right? Trump had sent a message saying that it looked like a ceasefire. So it looks like, people enjoy some sort of certainty. They'd rather know that things are good versus things are bad. So makes sense for the higher prices. So wild day so far for NQ. I'm currently just waiting for the initial balance. So this is what I'm looking at here, right? The low was set first. The high was set second. So far, we're just waiting to see what the initial balance says for the execution that I'm looking for today. Mary, I see that message. Mary, if you could just throw a screenshot of your YouTube username in that same location, that way I can confirm that it's you. Then I can get that giveaway account over to you. Long 1 mini from 24537. Let's take a look. 24,537. Nice. So it looks like you're in profit there. Very nice job. Very nice job. So just patiently waiting on my end. So far, the initial balance is showing along. The low was set there at 9:30. The high was set at 9:45. Same thing there on ES. So far it's showing along. We are just patiently waiting to see what the initial balance creates. Do you think we'll rebalance into the big FEG below? I don't have an opinion on price right now. I'm simply just waiting to see what the initial balance says for an execution. I don't have a direction right now. I'm just waiting for the initial balance to be created. Crawling slowly to 159K to pass my Apex eval. Let's go. You got this. You got this. You got this. Alrighty. Still just waiting so far. Patiently waiting. All right. Let me just check something. Why are they saying? Give me 2 seconds here. Let me check something. Give me 2 seconds. I need to check something. What's going on here? Hmm. Hmm. All right, we'll come back to that. Alrighty, what do we got so far? So far, IB is looking like a long for both ES and NQ. So we'll be watching 50% of the range. So far, I'd be looking for a long. Yup. In a day like this where already price took out both sides of liquidity, we need to sit on our hands. Yes, I understand what you're saying. NQ did take out previous day high and previous day low. Okay. But price can and will do whatever it wants to do. So sitting on your hands, that's a personal preference. You can still find a position. It is possible to click the buy and sell button. That is an option. So it's not like we can't trade. But yes, we did take out previous day high and previous day low already. I will be looking at this so far. The IB is showing a long 88-point stop, so make sure you position size accordingly. I'm going to wait until closer to 10:30. So I'm still going to give it another 15 minutes or so. So same thing here on ES as well. We'll be looking at this. Awesome, Mary. I just got yours as well. Let me get that over. All right, there you go, Mary. All three giveaway winners got the accounts now. Very good job. Just use that code at checkout. Make sure it's a 50K Lucid Flex account. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. You guys just got lucky. Hold on. I just realized. Hold on, Darkus. Darkus, are you still here? I just realized I sent you a pro code. Wow. Wow. All right, Mary, Darkus, and Sharma. Those are pro accounts. I didn't even realize. You guys just got lucky. You get an even better account. I didn't even realize that I sent pro accounts, not flex accounts. So, congratulations. Wow. You guys just caught the real W today. What a pleasant mistake. Okay. What a pleasant mistake. Congrats. Congratulations. Let us know how that goes. Let us know if you guys pass the eval. Let us know when you guys make it to payout. Congratulations on winning the account. Sorry for the mistake, but pretty pleasant mistake. Pretty pleasant mistake. All right, so just use those codes. When you're at checkout, make sure you press apply coupon. And then you'll be able to see that it says 100% off. Okay? Make sure you press apply coupon. Wow. A nice, pleasant surprise. All right, starting to get a move lower. So far, we are revisiting the initial balance. We are near 50% of the initial balance. It's still quite a bit early. Okay. Still quite a bit early. I'm going to hop over here, see if maybe we'll start to consider it. How many points is this? This is 91 points. There's no way that they just missed me, right? We'll see if they visit 90% of the, 50% of the range. Don't look at these over here. This has nothing to do with today. I was trying to show people when I am in a trade versus when I am not in a trade. Okay, so this was just an example of looking at P&L. Giveaway winner, Sharma, has been in the Discord since 2024. Holy cow. Wow. Chat, please throw a bunch of W's in chat for Sharma. 2 years in the community? Let's go, Sharma. Now I'm happy that I had that pleasant mistake of getting you a pro account instead of a flex account. That's a huge W right there. Thank you for being a part of the community, Sharma. Thank you for being around for so long. I mean, clearly you've earned it. That wasn't even a giveaway. That was more like you earned that one. Let's go. W Sharma. W Sharma. Wow. Trader Pivot has been in. Trader Pivot, what is your Discord name? Been in there since December of 2023? Let's check. Let's check on that. All right, still waiting so far. The initial balance is showing along so far, so we're waiting to see if 50% of the range can get hit. Simply just waiting to execute. Waiting to see if 50% of the range can get hit. If it does, we'll look to see if we can take an execution here. All right, in since 2023. Let's check. Mine says member since May 1st, 2024. So it looks like it might be 2024. For the Otis. The Otis? The Otis? Sorry if I'm saying that wrong. Still a W. Still a W. Past 2 years, massive. All right, let's check when I've been a Discord member since. All right, I've been a member since October of 2019. Are you kidding me? 2019. The real OG. 2019 is, I mean, that feels like a decade ago at this point. What? Oh, where's the time going, chat? Where's the time going? I don't know. Guys, I really got a pro account. Let's go, Sharma. Yes, sir. The giveaways are real as real can get. All right, chat. Imagine that. Imagine showing up to live stream for the past 7 years. Are you guys capable of doing that? Are you going to show up every single day for 7 years in a row? You were grinding before Corona. Man, that makes me feel like an unk. I've shared the dashboard in Discord. In the general chat, or where? In the general chat of the Discord? AT trades on 5 years. Is that Atman? Do I remember that correctly? Is that Atman? Okay, now I see it. Sam, let's take a look. 31 total trades. 17 losses. That's a nice win rate. So what is that? 64% win rate. Very nice. Total P&L, 4,700. So explain this a little more, Sam. Explain this a little more. So, one, is this a certain session, right? Is this data only from New York AM session? Yes or no? Is this data entering at 50% of the range every single time? Yes or no? In this data, are you holding the position until stop loss or TP, or is there anything else that goes into the information? These are for the last 100 New York trades. You can't feel like an unk unless you're older than me. Shingami, how old are you? Hopefully you say something older than 30, because I don't want to be an unk. Only New York, entering at 50% and holding until TP or SL. So then my next question would be, did you hold positions overnight? Because also, prop firms are not allowed. Prop firms do not allow you to hold positions overnight. So that would be my next question as well. 39. All it says 39 is grandpa. So there's different stages to this, I guess. You got unk, you got grandpa. All right, at least I'm not 39. I'm just having fun. There's nothing wrong with 39. 39 is the new 21. Force close trades, very nice at the bottom of the dashboard there. 11 force close trades. That's perfect. I'm old as dirt. No, we are young. and we're staying young. All right, so Sam, what was the additional context that was put into this then? Right, because you said there was another confluence or something. What was the additional information that is different than original IB? I am definitely an unk. I turned 41 2 days ago. Happy birthday, Nate. Chat, let's give Nate a happy birthday real quick. Let's go. A new year. 41 now. Definitely an unk. Hopefully the birthday went well. Hopefully you got to celebrate over the weekend. Bro, all this, I don't want to realize that there's 18-year difference there. We're going to be 21 forever. What do you mean? Ash, you and Tyler's model was really a gem for the community. Yeah, R.I.P. Tyler. What a great individual. It was really great to work with him for the time that I did spend with him. Me and Tyler had been trading for, I would say, 2 years together. We did a lot of work in terms of the model together. That was very, very unfortunate news. I'm not going to dive into that conversation. That's not a good one. But W. Tyler, he helped so much. All right, chat, still waiting. Initial balance is getting closer to being confirmed. Okay. We're simply just waiting to see the initial balance, and then we're going to look to execute. So far, the initial balance is showing a long position. Right? The low was set first. The high was set second. If you're using the initial balance, that means long from 50% of the range. Okay, so simply just waiting for the initial balance to be confirmed, and then we're going to look to execute. Exactly, Nate. That is true unk fashion right there. True unk fashion. I took a long on IB at 10 o'clock. Let's go. So you should be up right now. You should be up right now. Very good job getting green on the day. Very good job. So Sam, what were the things? Did you add anything to that data? Was there anything specific that data needs to represent? Right? Like, for example, something specific would be some of the trades were taken at 25% of the range instead of 50% of the range. Or another specific thing would be you didn't trade on FOMC days, or anything specific for that data to understand, because that is definitely good-looking data. Definitely good-looking data. Invalidated trades. In my back test, I found that 80% of original invalidated trades hit TP aligned with IB. So you're saying invalidated in the sense that the only trades to avoid are divergence. Okay, so we did avoid trades where ES and NQ were not aligned. That is definitely important. Invalidated trades, I'm guessing you mean that it went and hit stop loss, and then after hitting stop loss, it then went and hit TP? Is that what you're referring to? Because that's definitely important to understand as well. So it looks like the bulls have won the morning so far. Getting some higher prices there. Invalidated trades were before retracement, entry price hit TP. Okay, so before you got an entry, it hit TP. Now I get it. Backtesting data has shown me that most of my 10 o'clock is a win on average 1.5 RR. Wednesdays are the worst day. Prior to NFP is also bad. Tuesdays and Thursdays are so fine. Very good information. Question for Sam. What did you take those trades on? Was that only NQ? Was that NQES? What did you trade on? Purely NQ. Very nice. Very nice. That's some good data right there. All right, so the bulls are out. The initial bounce is still showing along. Initial balance is also about to be confirmed in another 8 minutes. So we'll be looking for longs from near 50% of the range. Let's see if there's any retracement into anywhere near 50% of the range to look for some longs. Still moving higher. The bulls are out this morning. Wow. Will they even retrace to give us an opportunity? The bulls are out. Bulls are running. Excuse me. They just keep pushing new highs. Wow. All right, last 5 minutes, and then the initial balance is closed. Once again, we'll look at around 50% to look for some longs. If they even retrace, the bulls are out. For entries, I've added one more condition. If correlated assets touched 50%, then I took the entry on NQ. That had avoided me some no trade days. Very good information, Sam. Thank you for sharing with everybody. Very, very good information. And over 100 trades back tested. So love to see that as well. It's not just a 1 or 2 time thing. A good amount of data there to work with. Very good job. Very good job. All right, let's see if they will pull back to give us an entry. Just want to take a look at what 0.30 of the range would be, maybe 0.40. See where all these line up. Okay. Maybe we'll have to get Sam up here one day. The one and only Sam King. We'll get to talk about that data and go over some of the IB stuff. Very good information. Thank you for sharing with everybody. All right, chat. Let's see if we can get a pullback into the range. Start getting into some longs here. Looks like what? We got a 128-point stop. See if we can get a pullback to get into some longs, and then we'll target the initial balance high. Let's see what we'll get here. Or actually, let's take a look at ES, where ES is at as well. Let's see. ES is pulling back as well. Not near 50% just yet, so still got to give that some time as well. See what we get here. Pull back into the range. Let's get some longs going. Do us all the favor here, MNQ. Give us the pullback. Alrighty, close. We're almost there. Am I taking that trade? You'll see it right here on the screen if I do. Simply just waiting to see if we get more of a pullback. This is what I'm looking for. So just waiting right now. See if we get a little further pullback towards 50% of the range. Right, when the buttons are clicked, you'll be able to see it right on your screen. Still hasn't pulled back just yet. Gonna keep waiting. Feel free to throw any questions or comments in the chat as we wait and watch. Doesn't matter what kind of question or information it is. I'm gladly willing to go over it. Just simply waiting to see if we get some kind of retracement towards 50% of the range to get long. Just waiting. Patience is truly a virtue here this morning. Slow and steady. Slow and steady. Slow and steady. Come on. Give us the pullback. Let us get into a position. Let's see what goes for today. Just patiently waiting, chat. Patiently waiting. What can invalidate the daily FEG? It would be the daily candle. Daily candle. Daily information, daily answers. All right, maybe we get a pullback. Still waiting. Let's get a pullback closer to 50% of the range. See how many points this is here on ES as well. Is that 30 points on ES? Okay. All right. Give us the dump back towards 50% of the range. Give us an entry for the long, and then let's see what happens. About 130 points there. So what is that? I'm just going to round up and say $260 per contract. So what is that? $520 if I were to grab 2 contracts at 50% of the range in terms of risk. Somewhere around there. Curious to know if I should even consider early entries is what I'm debating currently. What is ES at? Still hasn't reached the 40%, but this is probably 30%. How many points is that, though? That definitely adds way too much risk. Whew. Definitely adds another 10 points of risk there. 44 to 31. If the high is hit first, so if the target gets hit before the entry, so this right here. If this gets hit before this gets hit, then I would cancel the order. Hopefully I'm understanding the question correctly, but if target gets hit before entry gets hit, that is something to cancel the order. I don't like when the pullback is that late in the initial bounce. If the upside failed near 1030, it sometimes blows through the test on the other side. Well, we shall see. Because that's what's currently happening, so we'll see. Ash, what's the win rate from the IB trades that you've taken so far? I need to go back into my journal to actually collect that data. I've taken about, I think it's about 4 IB trades so far this year. I don't exactly remember the data, so I need to go back and look at that first to confirm it. Trading the continuous contract against the front month contract has same cost per tick value. Do you see a difference in price levels between these two? That is not something that I look at. So I can't even answer that question because that's data that I don't even consider. That is information overload. That is not something that I have to concern myself with, so I don't. Book map showing a lot of orders below. Be careful. Okay. Book map is some kind of volume profile, right? If I understand that correctly. Still just waiting to see if MNQ can hit 50% of the range for an initial balance long. We've been waiting for a retracement. So if they go like this, I'll get a long entry. If they go like this, I will cancel the order because it hits the take profit before I get an entry. If it goes like this, that'll be a stop loss. If it goes like this, I will have to close it before the market closes, right? If it just goes sideways for the rest of the day. So those are all the different options here. We are just patiently waiting to see what happens. Let's take a look at MES too. Maybe MES is closer than MNQ. No, it doesn't look like it. Hi, Ash. Is it not risky to be placing the stop together with the limit order? Yeah, you can absolutely do that. 110%. Right? Ready? Here you go. Boom. Without a doubt, you can absolutely do that. That way, you don't fall into any rug pull, right? If it just dumps right through, gets you into the long, and continues to keep going lower. Now you have the stop set. Okay? You can absolutely set the stop there as well. And it would look like this. All right, chat. Maybe we're getting the move lower. Let's see. All right, and I do want to try to front run this, so I am going to take one now. I will order another one if it goes lower again. I just missed this. I wanted it down here at the FEG fill. I wanted it down here. Let's see if we get one more move lower. All right, we're going to start one right here. We're going to take another one right here. Okay, and then we're also going to put the stop in here. Make sure this is 2. Excuse me, just a quick little sneeze there. All right, and let's see what we get today. We're looking to target the initial balance high. So this is what we're looking for. If it pulls further lower, we'll take another contract. If it doesn't pull any lower, we'll target the initial balance high. Chat, question. Am I in a position? Am I in a position? Am I taking this long? Did I take this position? I'm just having a little bit of fun. For some reason, we keep getting that question, but here we are. So just want to have some fun with it too. So let's see what happens with it. Let's see. We got long 1 MNQ. We would get long a second MNQ if it hits 50% of the range. Stop loss is down at the low. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens today. You chasing? Am I chasing? What do you guys think? You broke a rule? What's the rule? Unk on tilt today. Am I missing something? Are we breaking rules, chasing and tilting? You tell me. What do you guys think? It is. Okay, cool. This is probably the most delightful tilt I've ever felt then, because quite happy. Very excited for the week. I mean, honestly, if this is what tilt is, I might as well tilt all the time. Yeah, we're gonna, so we front ran the 50% there, right? That's why the first order for the long happened already. We'd be willing to take another long, right? At 50%, which would bring the average down. Okay, and the stop loss is at the low. So Let's see what happens. This is the initial balance. Okay, so we've outlined the high and the low. So the lowest low and the highest high of the first 1 hour of New York Open. Okay. Since the low was set first and the high was set second, that's how we knew to take a long. Right, so after the initial balance closed, we allowed price to retrace back towards entry. We front ran the 50% mark while understanding that we would still take more of a position at the 50% mark. So I'm still willing to get another contract. And we have our stop loss at the low. The thing that we'll be targeting is the swing high. All right. I'll show you what real tilt looks like. All right, let's checkmate. Let's do a full tilt session. Let's go full tilt here. Like it, but I don't. I like IB Ash from a week ago with hard rules. Hard, strict rules. Hard, strict rules only. Forever. Every single day of our entire life. Let's see. Did ES give any? ES only made it to about 30% retracement as well. Started moving higher too. So let's see if MNQ wants to follow. Baby Unicorn will live a better life with hard, strict rules. He's going to have to come out the most disciplined child ever. First thing that I teach him, instead of saying mama or dada, the first thing that we need to teach him is stop loss. We need to confirm the risk management as early as possible. We need to ensure that he fully understands what risk management is. Alrighty. What will we get here, chat? Are they going to pick up my second order? Yay or nay? Are they going to pick up my second order? Or do we go right to target? Or do we go right to stop loss? Let's see what we get here today. What are we going to get here today? No, it'll be a stop loss. Let's go. Let's go, AD. Let's go. W. W for the stop loss. Whoops. Oh man, that one's on me. Baby first word is what AD meant, not the stop loss. Dang. Got to work on my reading skills. Still a whole lot of nothing so far. Just kind of dancing around where we got the first contract. No second contract yet, but we'll see. We'll see what we get here. We shall see what we get here. Give me that second contract. Truthfully, I would like them to go get my second contract and then go to TP. That would be pretty nice. Let's see what they're going to do. What are we going to do here? Is price not ranging because of the random expansion we had earlier? I don't know. I can't tell what price does. I just read it like a book. I'm not here to predict the future. I have no form of certainty, right? If you want to sit here and be like, oh, price is doing this because of that, I don't think that's very accurate. There's a random distribution to probabilities. Price can and will do whatever it wants whenever it wants to. So for me to sit here and specifically say, oh, the comments that were made by Trump earlier this morning is the exact reason why price is doing what it's doing right now, I think there's so much more to it. So there's no definitive answer there. Price can and will do whatever it wants to do. Our job is to just read it like a book, read it from left to right, and analyze probabilities. Right, so even with probabilities, there's a random distribution of probabilities as well, right? So even when you find something that's on this chart and it's a 50-50 chance, that doesn't mean that when you flip a coin that it'll land on heads the first time and land on tails the second time. Just because it's a 50-50 chance does not mean the results will be 50-50. You can land on tails both of those times, even though it's a 50-50 chance. So we just read it like a book. We efficiently react to the information that's provided to us with good risk management, right? So you guys haven't seen me full port anything. We have defined stop losses. We are not, going max contract size. Everything, there's a strategy and a risk management plan in place so that we can objectively read price. So I don't know what's going to happen. I took some risk this morning. I'm waiting for a result to that. I've sat here and said I'm willing to risk $500 to $600 this morning to see if I can get a result. Right? So that $500 to $600 that I'm risking is shown on the chart. So one contract here, right? One contract from here to here, 170 points. Times 2 is 170 times 2. That's $340 for just one contract, right? If I added a second contract, I'd probably get an average somewhere in here. I'd probably get an average somewhere right in the middle of those two if my second contract got filled, which that would be, now that would be $600 of risk. So 2 contracts at 150 points is $600 of risk. So you can see how I've determined the amount that I'm willing to risk to see if we get some type of result, right? And the result we're looking for is the initial balance. We're looking to see if price can move from where I ordered this contract to the initial balance high. This is the target here. So that is the entire game plan. Chat, listen, if you're at a larger size than me and you want to be done here, this is 40 points on the long. If you do not want to hold any further to see if it goes to the target, take your 40 points and be done. You're looking at 50 points now. If you want 50 points and you want to be done for the day, take your profits and be done. Seriously. If you came into the stream and you were like, oh, I want to take the position that Ash Trades took, so you ordered along when I ordered along, you're now looking at plus 60 points. Be done for the day. Be done. Okay. Let's see if we go for the initial balance high. Doesn't look like we're going to get our second order. So I'm changing the orders up at the bottom of the screen. Looks like we decided to go towards TP first. ES is also reaching for TP. Oh, that was NQ. Sorry, let me check ES. ES is hitting TP here. Okay, so if you want to be taking profits on your MNQ, be my guest. Okay, $130 on one contract. You're looking at 70 points. 70 points on a long. Let's see if it finishes the target here. See if it makes it to the initial balance high. Chat, who took the long? And if you took the long, are you closing the position? Are you taking your profits right now? Throw a W in chat if you took the long. Throw a W in chat if you took the long. Feel free to take your profits if you did. W for Will. W for George. W for Son of Wall Street. W for Yo It's K. W for Bernie. Omar. Spyro. Sharma. Sharma, was that on the new eval? Bro, Sharma showed up to a live stream, got a free trade and a W. A free account and a W. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, Sharma? W for AC Serenity, Spyro, Soren, Eliza, West Philly, AD, let's go. Sathish, let's go. Everybody's catching the W this morning. Congratulations, chat. Feel free to close it up if you want your profits. We are close enough to the target for this to be completed. Very good job, chat. Very, very good job. Congratulations. Pass my 2 eval and a W on the funded for Will. Let's go, Will. Congratulations. Huge day. Huge day. Perfect way to start the week. Let's go. Congratulations. Are they going to finish the move? Yes or no? ES finished the move. Is NQ going to finish the move? Is NQ going to finish the move? Will they finish the move? Let's see. Will they finish the move here? Can they take out the initial bounce high? Can they take out the initial bounce high? Yes or no? What are we getting here, chat? What are we going to do here? Yes, ES already did take it out. That is correct. Will NQ follow ES? Will NQ follow ES? Let's see. We gonna make the move here or what? Does NQ pop above the IB high here? What do we got? Another 10 points. Does NQ pop above the IB high? Will it go another 10, 20 points? What do we need? 20 points now? Let's see. It's at 90 and we're at 70. Let's see if it pops above 90. Still waiting. Still waiting. Will NQ follow ES? If ES continues higher, that's going to definitely help us. So we'll see if ES pushes. Trying. Will ES push here? Bring NQ with it. Do us all the favor. Let's give it a go. Oh, just missed it. Just missed it, chat. Wow. Let's give it another go. Just barely missed 90 there. All right, maybe on the next time around. Maybe on the next time around. Couldn't have gotten any closer. What is that, a tick off? Crazy. Made it to 89 when it's 90. What the? All right, now imagine it goes to stop loss from here. Imagine 1 point off TP and then it goes to stop loss. Could you imagine? Oh, did NQ hit it? Chat, we might have to close this. NQ did hit it. All right. All right. All right, I am calling it a day. Thank you to, who was that? Aulis, W. All right, chat. W on the day. Congratulations to anybody that took the long. The reason why I just closed that is because of what Aulis mentioned. We did hit the target. We did hit the target. Okay. We were aiming at the initial balance high, which is right here. But look at the discrepancy. Look at the discrepancy. Notice how NQ did go above the initial balance high. Notice how MNQ did not go above the initial balance high. Look at the difference there. So I'm done. Taking the W for the day. Congratulations to all the individuals that were capable of getting green with me. This is just beautiful. Wow. Wow. What a move. Beautiful. All right. Who took the W with me today? Throw a W in chat before we close this up. Who took the W with me today? Congratulations. Very excited to get another week of work in with you all. Starting the week off green. You gotta love that. Starting the week off on a W. It's exactly what we wanted here. So, congratulations to all the individuals that caught a W. Congratulations to all the individuals that got a giveaway. Another week, another opportunity. Let's continue to keep relentlessly working and learning every single week. Let's get 1% better than our prior selves every single chance we can. Phenomenal job today, chat. Amazing. Amazing. The patience is truly a virtue. Did you see how long we waited? Truthfully. Did you see how long we waited? We started the live stream at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We entered a position at 10:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Can you truthfully say that you can be that patient? Yes or no? Can you wait 2.5 hours of staring at the chart to finally find your entry? Or are you that impulsive that you instantly get into a position every time you look at a chart? Are you following a model? Are you following rules? Do you have a strict risk management strategy? Or are you just impulsively acting every single day? Notice the difference here. And look at the result. Look at what we got today. W. Right? So patience is truly a virtue. This was a beautiful example of it. Congratulations to all the individuals that got green with me today. This is where I'm going to wrap up the live stream. Okay. W to all lists. All lists. W. Thank you. I didn't see that NQ took out the high, and that's what I was targeting. All lists. W. Thank you for pointing that out. Right? We waited for the initial balance. We decided to front run it. We got into a long, aiming at the IB high. We closed the short because NQ did reach the target, whereas MNQ did not, right? So the target was completed just on NQ versus MNQ. All right? Amazing Monday. Absolutely how we wanted to start the week. Congratulations to all the individuals that got green with me. I'm going to go ahead and close up shop. Okay? When you get green, it is your responsibility to stay green. Okay? Go do anything else with your day. Go to the gym, read a book, work on your health, work on other businesses. Over trading is going to burn your accounts. When you're green, it's better to stay green. So get off the charts. You've completed your objective for the day. Stay green, and we'll show up again tomorrow. Rinse and repeat. All right? Thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope everybody has an amazing Monday. Great way to start off the week. I greatly appreciate every single one of you that were here. Thank you for all the questions. Thank you for all the information. I will be moving over to the general chat of the Discord, or you can catch me on my Twitter or Instagram. But I'm done for the day. I'm going to go outside. I'm going to get my 10K steps in. Another W. I'm doing 10K steps every single day. For the year of 2026, I've only missed one day. And talk about tilt, actually. That one day that I missed, I did 9K steps. Are you kidding me? The one day that I miss, I almost hit the TP. We did 9K steps, and we just barely missed the 10K. What a joke. What a joke. All right, chat, thank you so much. I hope everybody has a great day. I'll see you guys in the general chat of the Discord. Let's keep working, keep learning. Let's show up again tomorrow. Rinse and repeat. If you want to have any further conversation, let's bring it over to the general chat of the Discord, where I will be for the rest of the day. Have a nice day, everyone.